for me, government, this is the greatest democracy ever. A democracy will deliver, certainty and stability in its rules and its laws to be able to encourage that free marketplace. And, I'm really, I was interested in business always, but as well government and its role. And throughout, any industry or any program, you see government and its influence, whether that is just in regulatory or oversight capacity or in a gap filler. And in the case of small business and entrepreneurship, our country has always been quite aggressive in wanting to encourage entrepreneurship. It is, for me, one of the key parts of the American dream, that ability to lift up your family through entrepreneurship, your hard work, your effort. And so, in the case of entrepreneurship, government steps in to fill gaps in the marketplace so that we can seed these very young and new small businesses to become and grow and scale. All these large businesses started small, and even in the case of the federal government programs and small businesses, Qualcomm in its early days got a grant from the federal government through the SBA's powered programs. Tesla got investments through one of SBA's important programs, and Jenny's Ice Cream, Chobani Yogurt, Sweetgreens, all of these companies and various programs were able to better access the marketplace through government interventions. And so, yes, it's a free market, but we also know that there are sometimes barriers or challenges, and government wants to incentivize where we see opportunity for people. And small businesses create 2/3 of net new jobs. You want them to be successful.
100%.
That's what is giving everybody their American dream, whether it's a job or a small business.
And in those cases, did you see that the primary function was access to capital in terms of supporting some of those small business? Because you kind of point to, and I think there are very different types of industry or companies that you just mentioned. And I always think about, yes, there's access to capital, like SBA loans, literally, right, to do that. But then the other one is all the investment that is done through grants for institutions of research, and how much of that investment ultimately leads to creating the kind of environment for some of these startups to really thrive and evolve, right? And we tend to not think about that because they're almost like the romanticized version of entrepreneurship. But like, no, we did it all ourselves. Someone had an idea in their garage and they just did the entire thing, and these are the people that just kind of just made it all happen. But along the way, people kind of tend to forget all of the sort of touch points of where some of these, whether it be grants, loans, investments in infrastructure, actually create the environment for some of these companies to be able to thrive.